Hey everyone, it's Andrew Davey here, and I guess I want to start, just before I share a little bit about some of the stuff that's been happening in my world, I want to share by asking a question. What is it you dream about? What is it you dream about every single day? The thing that, I guess, it's within you, you breathe it, you live it every single day. It's that thought in the back of your mind, and it just won't go away. It's like that burning desire. What is that for you? Because for me, this was it. This was something, as a 24-year-old kid, I had this unrealistic, ridiculous dream that, the shiny red thing would be parked in the driveway. And, I went through all the same doubts and fears and all the stuff that we all do as human beings. And, I guess challenges, everything that showed up, it was still there. And it didn't disappear. It didn't fade. It was just something that was just so real to me. And to me, the biggest thing more than anything is that nothing was going to stand in my way. Nothing would stop me from doing it. I would do whatever it took, and I didn't care what people said. I didn't care what anyone thought. I was laughed at, all the things that went along with it, starting up a business and as a mechanic and doing all the things that I had to do to get that started. And, it was so many times where I just doubted myself, and I thought, these things aren't going to happen. It just seems ridiculous. You might as well just throw the towel in. But it was so important that the dream to me was so big that everything about it, that I could taste it, I could smell it. It was so real to me that nothing was going to stand in my way. And I guess I share that because today is probably even bigger than the fact and the day that this thing actually happened. So when I was 24, I set that vision in a way of what life looked like. I set it in a way that I knew, what I wanted to do from a business perspective, and I had all these plans and outcomes and goals and objectives and all the stuff you learn in seminars, everything that I'd learned, and I applied it. And I applied it 150%. And I'm a firm believer, if you want it that freaking bad, it'll happen. But the thing that's so important is knowing why the hell you want the thing in the first place. If you just wanted this for the sake of it, just because it'd be cool, to me, it's not a burning desire. It's not enough to just get you to step outside yourself and do things that maybe you're going to get ridiculed, maybe you're going to be laughed at, maybe people are going to take the piss. But if it's something that you know that it has to happen, and the burning desire to do it, the purpose behind it is so freaking great, you won't care about opinions, you won't care about thoughts, you won't care about the little voice in the back of your head that says it can't be done. So to me, that journey and that reflection has come to this point now, because believe it or not, today is the day that I've actually sold this thing. This was a huge achievement. It was a huge goal per se, to I guess reflect what was a part of my life and what now is. Because the biggest thing, I guess, to share was the day this happened. When I was 29, I had the goal that, that this thing was going to happen on my 30th birthday, and I made it happen, just through commitment and will and everything that it takes to just push forward and create it, in April of 2009. So I was 29 at the time. And the biggest thing I learned more than anything was the day it happened, the moment. I remember it specifically. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was that working towards things with this clear picture, with nothing but a burning desire and a passion, with no freaking clue how I was going to do it. But I just knew that this was something that I saw as life, and as life being this exciting, fun thing. And until I had all these things, it wouldn't happen. I wouldn't have that sense of contentment, that happiness, or everything that goes with it. And so the day it happened, I remember it like it was yesterday. The dealer that I bought it from in Sydney, he actually had to take a phone call, and he headed off for a moment, and I was left with the car. I was left with this goal, that this realization that this thing had just all come together. And I remember the exact moment when I sat in it for the first time, and I just grabbed onto the steering wheel, and the first unconscious thought I had was, this it? Like, is this all there is? And I guess I liken it to, maybe Wile E. Coyote, if he ever caught the Roadrunner, he would grab onto it. What the fuck do you do then? And to me, that's what happened. I got to that point, and it was one of the scariest moments of my life, because I achieved everything that I set out to do, but I didn't see a purpose beyond it. I almost saw that, I became a little lost in a way. I became a little directionless. And so, I went straight back to what I always did. And, let's get goals sorted, let's achieve, let's start doing things. And I really felt that at that point, nothing would ever, I guess, help me feel what I always did, because I was always the person that was chasing. I was always the entrepreneur that was creating, and I was always chasing the dream. And I guess one of the scariest things, I've heard this story many times of a lot of massively successful people with floating businesses and all that sort of stuff, and they share about that moment it happens, and it's that reflection, like I'm doing right now, where the coolest part about it was all the stuff that I learned about myself along the way. And to me, that's what's important. That's what's living, and that is living. Does it mean we don't buy cool shit like this? Of course not. I love driving this, but it's that I guess I've outgrown it in a way. I've outgrown it within myself to know that what things, I guess, now make me feel so content, so happy is just living that purpose-filled life, living that life that, for me, it's through coaching and speaking to help people understand things about themselves. People that can maybe use this, mechanic to buying the dream story, whatever that, representation is for you. For me, it was the shiny red car. Ferrari was something since I was a little boy, I had an absolute passion for. But it's helping people realize that not only are these things possible, but also seeing the deeper meaning to it. Going down the rabbit hole to understand there's something so much deeper than materialistic stuff that we achieve and we accomplish. My opinion is that most people in this world, in society today, we get so hung up on the objectives, we get so hung up on the outcomes, we get so hung up on the goals. And the challenge and the scariest thing is that if you ever do get even close to achieving it, all you'll do is you'll just keep raising the bar. You'll just keep moving the step, and you'll move the mark, and you'll move the flag, and you'll never ever stop to just, smell the roses and say how cool it is. To me, the biggest part of this, the biggest journey has been that. It's that self-discovery to now appreciate what things are truly important in my life now. And to me, I found that through achieving and through doing things that I had to do to step on the other side of it, to share with you today, to really get that message out, to really say, you know what, right now is the perfect time to do whatever it is that you need to do. But more importantly, this stuff, working towards it, it's all cool. But what is it that actually gets you going? Like, what is the absolute burning desire inside that if you could just do anything, if you could do one thing that you got up every single day, it wouldn't matter that you were, destitute. It wouldn't matter if you're broke. You didn't care because you were doing what it was that you absolutely love to do.